Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. Raila made some remarks today at St. Peter's ACK Church in Bondo. Remarks that seems to be exposing Anglican Archbishop Ole Sapit. Raila blasts church leaders for associating themselves with injustice. What happened on 15th August was unfortunate, and you saw the church standing in front of the cameras and trying to sanitize a very flawed process, says Odinga, who lost the presidency to William Ruto in the results declared on the said day. I am a Christian and very sorry to see the leadership of our Anglican Church getting involved in political agitation and asking Azimio politicians who had petitioned the elections to withdraw the petition supposedly in the interest of communal unity, said Odinga. They put pressure on elders of the community to say whoever does not withdraw the petition is going to be cast by the community. Shame on those kind of leaders. Yes. That's Raila Odinga earlier today speaking in Bondo. These remarks by Raila Odinga seems to be targeting Anglican Church Archbishop Ole Sapit because Ole Sapit was very conspicuous at Bomas when the results were being announced. In this video, I want us to dig deep into this story to understand the truth behind the story. If you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Yes. Those remarks by Raila Odinga are very weighty. They are not as innocent remarks as they might appear. Raila is bringing a new twist to what might have happened in the August elections. We have been told that the international community influenced the August presidential elections. We have been told that before. Raila is bringing a different angle to it, that even the church was part of the plot. And from those remarks by Raila Odinga, you are seeing clearly here that the Anglican Church was putting pressure on any Anglican who petitioned the presidential election to drop the petition. Failure to win the church was ready to disown that kind of an individual. So the church, the Anglican Church, was putting pressure on those who are challenging the presidential elections to drop their petitions, failure to which they were going to disown them. You can see exactly what might have transpired in August elections. Raila is an Anglican. So I'm seeing Raila just trying to tell us that even the church was threatening to disown Raila Odinga, the Anglican Church. Let's dig deep to understand the story behind the story. If you look at the August presidential elections, I still maintain and I believe that science could not have gotten it right in all the elective seats, and then science fails to get it in the presidential elections. In the elections, Azimio won majority gubernatorial seats, majority MCAs, majority MPs. Kenya Kwanza only won majority senators, but with only one senator. Kenya Kwanza had 24 elected senators, Azimio had 23. Azimio won in governors, members of parliament, MCAs. So out of 4, Azimio won in 3. Kenya Kwanza only won in 1. Opinion polls had predicted that. And the opinion polls again predicted a Raila Odinga win. It actually beats logic that the opinion polls got it right in all the elective seats, but only failed to get it right in the presidential elections. Something serious might have happened there, ladies and gentlemen. And this is why I strongly believe that when a country is turning into a banana kind of a republic, they first rubbish science and render science irrelevant. If you look at the chronology of events, the presidential elections, things are not just adding up, or rather things are not really coming out as they ought to have turned out. Something might have happened that altered the elections. We have been told before that the international community put pressure. Raila is now also revealing to us that even the church, his own church Anglican, was even threatening to disown him. Let's go to the Supreme Court, ladies and gentlemen. For those who followed the proceedings very well, you will agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, that if it was about evidence that was going to determine the outcome of the petition, the mere fact that IEBC itself, the body that conducted the election, was split. A majority of the commissioners disowned the results. That alone, in my honest opinion, warranted the elections or have the results to be nullified, even before digging deep into more evidence. That alone warranted the election results to be nullified. The Supreme Court actually acted blind there. And then as the proceedings were going on, Azimio, in fact, they had the best lawyers, and I'm very sure that the lawyers did their best to expose the rot that transpired during the elections. With all of that, the Supreme Court again turned a blind eye. And out of 7 judges, naturally, we expect that maybe 1 or 2 should have at least some kind of can disagree, dissent opinion. It's naturally expected that in a bench of 7 justices, at least 1 or 2 should have a dissenting voice or opinion. In this case, they were all unanimous. Another confirmation that maybe even the evidence was not looked at. There was a higher power, or rather there was some very strong pressure pushing the Supreme Court to make the ruling the way they did. And this pressure, in my honest opinion, started even before the results were announced. The pressure had already started building. From what Raila is saying, I'm seeing the pressure had already started building. A perception was being created that everything was being done right, and anybody who could challenge it was obviously going to be on the wrong. And the mere fact that Ole Sapit hosted Chebukati in his house before they proceeded to bomb us, that, in my honest opinion, proves and shows clearly that this was a well-planned script to achieve some intended results and purposes. It was a long con. Let me use that term. it was a long con. Everything was done in plan to achieve the ultimate goal. And I'm saying that because if you look at Ole Sapit, before the elections, Ole Sapit was one of the church leaders who was highly respected. He was seen as the only lone voice, or rather as the lone voice, who was a little bit sober. And now you are seeing clearly that in the plot, they also roped in Ole Sapit to create a perception that what Chebukati, what IBC did was actually beyond any reproach. So they decided to go for Ole Sapit, somebody who had a lot of respect and admiration amongst Kenyans. And if you ask me, this might have been a very clever plot. Chebukati was in the plot. Chebukati was used to rope in Ole Sapit because on Thursday, Ole Sapit was at an interview and he revealed that Chebukati had called him for some prayers, which he prayed for Chebukati, after which they proceeded to Bomas. I'm seeing, ladies and gentlemen, that this was a well-scripted plot to achieve the ultimate goal and purpose. The goal and purpose was to make sure the declaration of William Ruto as the president could not be challenged, or if at all it was challenged, then it could just still be upheld, or rather William Ruto's win could still just be upheld. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. If you want to support our channel, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number or feel free to channel your support to the number. Let's meet in our next analysis.